呪術廻戦
Okay, let's read chapter 119 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Shibuya Jihen 37. So the Shibuya incident, part 37. Still slogging through this thing. Sukuna has been fighting off against this creature that Fushiguro had summoned and did his domain expansion at the very end, but we're sort of flashing back or doing something here. We're getting some sort of explanation. This is like the narrator or something. Sukuna no Zangeki wa ni shurai. As for the slashing attacks of Sukuna, two varieties, two types. Tsujo no Zangeki kai, the regular slashing attack kai, which we've seen already, and it means to like dissolve or solve, untie, understand, that kind of thing. The English goes with just dismantle. And the Juryokusa kyodo ni oji hitotachi de taisho o orosu hachi. Okay. Thank you for the fat Kochibo. The cursed energy difference towards the strength density, kyodo, strength amount. Yeah, to the strength amount. Oji responding to. Oh, okay. I guess like responding the strength amount to the cursed energy difference, and with a hitotachi, that is a type of blade, I believe. No, a stroke of a sword. With a stroke of a sword, orosu, taking down like a target, taisho. So taking down on a target with one stroke by like, I guess, adjusting the strength with the cursed energy difference. And that is called hachi. We have not necessarily seen that yet. I don't know that we will easily find hachi by just looking up hachi. Oh, there it is. 8. Okay. This character gets used in legal documents for 8. So there's a bunch of kanji that get used in lieu of the normal kanji because a lot of the normal kanji are too simple. So 8 in kanji is just like kind of 2 lines or close to like 2 lines. So you can use this in like legal documents to make it clear that it's 8 and not something that someone may have doctored or changed. But handle, deal, dispose with, dispose of, sell, to be in demand. It can mean all those things. Let me just look on that kanji and check. And okay, it's not clear what else to call this. Even if you look at words that this pops up in, right? Drainage, draining away, handling a knife. That's about as close as we're getting here. Preparing something to cook, like preparation, outlet, market. There doesn't seem to be anything that's like really leaps out as a thing to call this. The English went with cleave. They went with cleave. Maybe there's some obvious reason why to go with cleave. Maybe because this looks like a slicer and this looks like a cleaver. I don't know. We'll just call it hachi and kai. Okay. So describing, we haven't seen that description before about the 2 attacks of Sukuna. So this is the first time we're really getting a description about it. Now the descriptions are continuing. This is the Devil's Kitchen, as I put it the other day, that he is summoning his domain. Fukuma Mizushi wa, and again, that was, oops. Fukuma is this like abode of demons, and the Mizushi is this miniature shrine with double doors. This kanji can also mean kitchen, so there was kind of a little bit of a joke there. But this is basically like shrine of demons or shrine of pandemonium is the domain. So very cool picture here. Let's zoom in so we can see the text better. Fukuma Mizushi wa, as for the shrine of pandemonium, hoka no mono no ryōiki to wa koto nari kekkae de kūkan o bundan shinai. That's what you call your butt? That's an appropriate name. I mean, well, I'm sure similar things will be coming out. We'll see here. Other people's domains. As for with other people's domains, it is kotonari. It differs. Differing from other people's domains with a magical barrier, not doing separation of space. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, not dividing into parts. So most of the time when people do their domain expansion, there's like a bubble that's formed or something like that. And right, it creates like a barrier, a kekkai, a magical barrier. So this is saying it differs, this domain differs from other people's domains in that it does not separate into parts space with a magical barrier. So it's just kind of there. Kekkai o tojizu shotoku ryōiki o gugen ka suru koto wa キャンバスを用いず、空に絵を描くに等しいまさに神業. Okay. Okay, so not enclosing a magic barrier or not closing a magical barrier. A shotoku ryoki, a something domain, like a special domain. Oh, inherent domain. An inherent domain, gugen ka suru koto wa. As for the event of doing gugen, which is like doing incarnation of an inherent or a personal domain. As for the event of embodying and transforming a personal or inherent domain without enclosing a barrier, without using a canvas or without utilizing a canvas, in the air or on the air, drawing a picture, it's equivalent to and on the verge of, or surely the same as a God technique. A divine work, a miracle, a superhuman feat, a God action, God work. Okay, so there we go. So a little bit of insight into his domain, why it's special. It doesn't have this barrier, and this comparison about how it's basically like an artist drawing a picture on the air and not using a canvas. Oh, okay. And another kind of like double page here. I think these are separate. Okay. This is, well, we'll get to that in a second. More talking. Kuwaete, in addition. 相手に逃げ道を与えるという縛りによる底上げされた非中高下派には、最大半径約20メートルに及ぶ。Okay, 及ぶ here. Check that first. All right, let's get this off of katakana first. It reaches. Okay, so in addition to the opponent, an escape route granting. As for that binding, so due to the binding that's called granting an escape route to the opponent, it is a soko age sareta. It makes rise. It makes the standard rise. It makes rise the standard of. Oh, this is like the certain hit. Yeah, hitting the target, effectiveness, distance, or circumference on the scope. Yeah. Well, it doesn't raise the bar. It raises the effectiveness, the distance effectiveness for the hitting the target thing. So the other thing the domain technically does is when the domain is active, the hits never miss, is supposedly what it does. And so it's saying it makes this, it raises that standard. It makes that standard rise. So that generally, or at the greatest, the radius is approximately 200 meters. It reaches that. So that's what this map is. So now, normally, right, the domain would be like this little bubble with the barrier. But now it's saying basically that certain hit happens within a huge radius. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they mean by the standard. 伏黒恵への影響を考慮し、toward Fushiguro Megumi, the effect koryo, taking into account the influence towards Megumi. So this is Fushiguro here. It's Fushi. This is I guess like Suku of Sukuna. 高架埴を半径140メートル地上のみに絞る。Squeezing to like the surface a radius of 140 meters of the effective scope. So normally it would go to 200. It would go to 200 meter radius. But he's taking into account the effect on Fushiguro, which he doesn't want enveloped in this. He is actually trying to prevent him from dying. And so he limited Shiboru. He squeezed the radius to 140 meters of the effective distance. And we see a bunch of things like Shibuya-eki. I forget what this is. Something Dori. Inozu. All the different streets. Of the surrounding area. Okay, so now it's not quite clear. We're seeing a picture of the city. Not quite sure what this is supposed to be. Part of it looks like letters, like kanji or hiragana, but not enough that I could like tell you what it was supposed to be. Like this could be a key, but I'm not sure. Anyway, something is happening. Oh, could we see anything? in there? No, it looks like it's snowing maybe or something. All right. 携帯とダメ。まだ圏外. So cell phone, how? So how's the cell phone? No good. It's still kingai, still like out of bounds, out of range. Yeah, still out of range. Watashimo, me too. So remember there, again, to go way back, this whole incident is happening on the night of Halloween. There's lots of people who were in Shibuya dressed up for Halloween for a party and just to hang out. They're now all enveloped in this whole incident, and lots of people have already died, and there's other people that are like trapped. So me too. So this is them, or some of them. Keiko wa anmari ijinai de. Okay, so as for Keiko, which is probably her, very much ijin, don't do. Iji. Ijin. Ijinaide. I don't know what she's trying to say here. Very much don't do something. The English went with don't use yours too much, meaning like the cell phone. Ijime? No. That's the tease. I'm not sure what ijin, what verb that is supposed to mean. 二人とも電池切れたら大変. Two people's batteries, if they cut out, if they lose power, we're in a bad spot. So basically, if we both lose our battery power, we'll be in trouble. Ah, sokka. Oh, I see. All right, you're right. でも、もうそんなに心配いらないと思うんだ. But no longer that sort of worrying necessary, I think. So, but I don't think we need to worry anymore. Huh? What? メガホンの人言ったでしょ? The megaphone guy, the guy of the megaphone existed. That's why, right? So that's, what's his name? Toge, the cursed speak. He had like tried to help everyone get them out. Ano hito na, that person, you know? And they're like combusting or something. Okay, the narrator is back. Hichu ko ka hani nai no juryoku wo obita mono ni wa hachi. So back to the beginning, the two cleaving moves. This was the cleave one that we'll call hachi. As for to the thing enveloped, wrapped around cursed power inside the scope of the certain hit effectiveness, hachi, juryoku no nai mono ni wa kai ga. Oh, okay. Juryoku no nai mono. As for to things enveloped or wrapped in cursed energy, within the scope of the certain hit effectiveness, it's hachi, the cleave. And as for to things, juryoku no nai mono ni wa kai ga. As for to things without cursed energy, it's kai, which again, they say dismantle, dissolve, etc. So they're being kai. Fukuma Mitsushi ga kieru made, until the vanishing of the Pandemonium Kitchen, the Pandemonium Shrine, taima naku abisarareru. Without relenting, will be made to wash, or something like that. Taima. Yeah, taima naku is incessantly without a pause. Without a pause. Abise. Poured on. Being poured on incessantly. The targets. The things are being poured on incessantly until this thing vanishes. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. And I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Presumably there's some teeth, and presumably that's them being dissolved. Oh, okay. Okay, there's the creature with the wheel on its back, and all we hear is this like. So that's that Taemanaku incessantly. So it has cursed energy, so it's being hachied. It's being cleaved. I don't recall that happening to. He has summoned this before, right? Oh, okay. And there's a big wave down there, enveloping everything in the area. Buildings crumbling. Zang. 唯一の枕の破り方? Okay, so Makora was the name of that creature with the wheel on its back. So the way of destruction of a Makora, a unique Makora. 唯一の枕の破り方. I guess that's Yuiitsu, come on, Don, move. Yuiitsu is like soul or unique. That could be applying to like a soul or unique way of destroying a Makora. But anyway. So the way of destroying. 初見の技にて敵を前にほふる。初見の技にて with a new attack, a newly shown attack. Yeah, with a seeing for the first time technique, the opponent response before that, hofuru. Or respondent's adaptation before that, doing hofuru. Which is slaughtering. Okay. So the way to destroy a Makora is to destroy it before it adapts with a first time seen technique. Hachi wa sono jouken o mitashiteru ga. As for Hachi, that condition fulfilling, meeting, or whatever, but tekio ga kai de wa naku, adaptation as for with dismantle or kai not being zangeki sono mono ni okonawareta baai sono kageri de wa nai. Slashing attacks themselves, or to slashing attacks themselves, if being preceded case, that limit, as for that not existing. So this is sort of, I guess, reflecting the thoughts of Sukuna, which is basically this creature has not seen Hachi yet, hasn't seen cleave. But if it's not just adapted to Kai, dismantle, but slashing attacks themselves, then it may not be limited. In other words, it may be able to adapt because it's not just going to be limited to having adapted to Kai. It would also have adapted to Hachi. Okay, so that's why we were getting all that description there. Oh. It's off his back. Things seem to be like breaking. Makora no saisei, Makora's regeneration. Fuga, owaro to shiteta. Oh, okay. So Makora's regeneration will be, it's trying to finish, trying to complete, is doing. And we see fuga, the kanji is for open, think we've talked about this before. This may be in another language. It could mean fugue, fuga, but that usually means chase, not open. But that's what the kanji is, open. Okay. Is that what is that? We got a bolt and a bowl, bowl, like that. I don't know. Okay, he's doing his like mystical archer thing. Ooh. All right, that guy is still alive somehow. Oh, I guess we go this way. Ahoga, close. Ahoga. Za. All right, so he's got the wheel. He just chucks it. Boom. Garan. That's the sound of it clanging as it kind of like, does the roll on the ground. It's dripping in blood. Nani o miteru? What looking? So what are you looking at? Ine. Okay. This is the kanji. The kanji is sadu, which means to go away, to leave, to lapse, and that sort of thing. So normally it would be pronounced sadu. It has an archaic pronunciation, which means inu. So ine, he's commanding, go away. Now, in this form, it can mean go, it can mean die, it can mean a variety of things, but it's an old form of command. Yeah, that face. Shitsurei shimasu. That's usually what you say to be polite when you're leaving someone's house, right? So I've been rude, I've done a rudeness, but literally like I'm going, or figuratively I'm going. Sutakata. What would that be? Suta. Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. He's just snorting. Okay. Jusoshi Shigemo Haruta no Jutsu Shiki wa? Okay, this is this guy. I could never remember his name. It's Shigemo Haruta. So as for the technique of Shigemo Haruta, the sorcerer. So as for the technique of the sorcerer Shigemo Haruta, Mata Ikinobita, survived again. Yappa ore wa ungai, as thought, my luck is good. Okay, we never really heard what his technique was, so I guess now we're going to hear about it. Hiseki o tameru. It's stockpiling or storing up miracles. Yeah, amassing, accumulating miracles. Like saving them in a bank. Okay, so Nichijou no chisana kiseki o Shigemo no kyoku kara mashoshi takuwaeru. Huh. Okay. Everyday small miracles from the memory of Shigemo are stored up and erased. Now we get a different form of this verb. It's takuwae. But it's the same idea. Okay, yeah. So everyday small miracles are basically erased from his memory and then stored. And example. What is this? Oh, nani, nani rome? What is that? Zorome? Oh, zorome means matching dice doublets. Oh, zorome. Like, hey, they're matching. Yeah, that's what that means. Okay. So that's an example of a small miracle, apparently. Takuwaerareta kiseki wa, as for the stored up miracles, Shigemo no inochi ni kakawaru kyomen de houjutsu sareru, the Shigemo's life, kakawaru, relation? Oh, being affected or influenced, kyokumen, or concerning it. Yeah, concerning his life, kyokumen de. An aspect or situation. Oh, there's our manga status. There we go. Hoshutsu sareru. I guess release is done. Release is done based on an aspect of the relation of his life. The stored miracles are released. Kiseki no taka wa, as for the Kiseki no taka wa, as for the, we want taka, there we go. As for the quantity or number of the miracles, memoto no monyo de, with the pattern under the eyes, shikibetsu dekiru ga, Shigemo jishin wa sore o jikaku shite nai. Shikibetsu de. Discrimination being possible. So discrimination or discernment of the amount of the miracles with a pattern under the eye is possible. As for Shigemo himself, that thing not doing jikaku. He's not self-conscious or self-aware about that thing. So he doesn't know what that is. Kyomo, even today, about what he's saying, even today, that my luck is good. Even today, kyomo. Iki nobita, survived. Zuru. Okay, you can see what's happening here. He is literally slicing in half. So, and looking back at it, it's starting here. That's what that line is. He is being sliced in half, presumably by Sukuna. And he's starting to come off his arms. Yikes. I don't know if a miracle will save him from the, oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Takuwaeta kiseki wa, as for the stored up miracles, Nanami Kento to no sento de tsukai hatte shiteiru. As for the stored up miracles, with the battle with Nanami's Kento used up, the miracles, stored up miracles, were all used up in the battle with Nanami. Bicha? That's kind of just like splash. Soro soro dana. Okay, he's looking at his hand is quivering, and he's saying like, it's soon. It's soon, isn't it? Okay. We're over here. There's the doctor and the principal. They notice something. Oh, it's Fushiguro. Fushiguro. Ima, 一瞬見えたのはイタドリ。いや、魚なのか? As for visible for an instant just now, Itadori, well, Sukuna, was it? So there. That's what that za was. So as for the thing that was visible for an instant just now, was it Itadori, well, or was it Sukuna? And we get a little black, and we get this. And I think he's in the process of coming back. Yeah. So that is the end. That is the end of that chapter, the end of chapter 119. Here's the fourth part of that poll or whatever it was of the characters. Check it out. There you go. Next time, chapter 120, we'll continue with the story. And it looks like somebody's coming back. So we'll see what happens there next time.